Welcome to the ScaleSpot podcast. I'm your host, Jacob, the CEO and founder of NetScale Growth. Today, I'm here with Javokhir, the co-founder of Fleetroot. Javokhir, thank you so much for joining me today. Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. Yeah, let's have fun.
Absolutely. So, to start us off, who is Javokhir and what does Fleetroot do?
Fleetroot is an IoT-based software platform that is designed to improve last mile operations for the healthcare companies, specifically into medical sector, specifically into pharmacies and laboratories, all the operations that require essentially IoT data and routing and optimization. So the mission of the company is to improve the delivery of essentials in the medical sector to essentially the consumer or the patient.
And what led to the creation of Fleetroot? And how has the company evolved to meet in the growing demand of fleet and mobility management solutions?
Well, it actually was founded based off several reasons. I would say the first one was that there was a market demand in the sense that one of our founders had a solution request from our current standing, one of the oldest and the biggest client that we have today, who was looking for a last mile solution for pharmacy deliveries across the Emirates. And after the research, we realized that there is nothing of sort provided with specific tailoring that is required for the local market. That was the foundation of the product. Now, another reason was, well, that pertains to me specifically, that I have personally witnessed how important or essential it can be to have medicine delivered in time. So, based off of these, let's say, motivations, I guess, we gathered together all the founders and we developed a product which went through a couple of iterations, which is a product that about 100 different companies use in the region today.
And what was your kind of journey to co-founding Fleetroot?
So, as I said, I had personally witnessed how dramatic it can get if you cannot get the medicine in time. And I realized that based off of my personal experience in IoT technology that I've been doing for a while now, it can be easily improved. Obviously, easy, I mean, is that the technology is essentially available, but the implementation part was lacking, right? So when we were starting off, we realized that the technology is demanded in all the different sectors. We're living in an era in 2025 where you can virtually order anything that will be delivered to you under 30 minutes. And it's interesting to think that even 5 years ago, it was not possible. Now, we know that this is something that people need. And the interesting and the problematic thing that I see personally is that this type of technology is last to reach to the medical sector, even though medical sector might be most important one that needs to get empowered by the technologies like this. So yeah, we've been doing this for a little over 4 years now. We have excellent, marvelous use cases with different industries, not only in the medical sector, but it is something that we take the great pride in. So the journey started off with me doing IoT projects in the region. Then again, after going through a personal experience of mine, I've thought that I can contribute the same knowledge that I have in technology into something that actually makes a difference.
What are some of the biggest challenges that businesses face within fleet management today? And how do you guys at Fleetroot actually help them overcome these issues?
Okay, so when it comes to approach to implementing new technology, the biggest challenge is openness to change, right? So the biggest challenge that we see, even working at many levels with our existing or the new clients, upcoming clients, implementation usually ends up as a bottleneck. Whereas the process is already set, people are doing the things that the way that they've been doing for years. And when you approach them with new way of operating, it comes with a certain level of resistance. But it happens with anything new. I wouldn't say it is like an unknown, it's a very known challenge, but it is there specifically, and it is very, very common for us as well.
And with the rise of smart mobility and IoT integration, where do you see the fleet management industry heading within the next 3 to 5 years?
Within the next 3 to 5 years, and by the speed that I've witnessed here in the region that I can see, it will be 100% visibility, 100% connected things. So you will virtually be able to track anything and everything that is moving on different levels. You will be able to monitor the conditions of the cargo that is moving in any space. Logistics itself as a service will be a lot more accessible and a lot more affordable, because apart from growing demand and growing supply in different technologies in the fleets, we have seen a good shift into EV sector. I know a couple of great people I would be happy to introduce you to in the future as well, that are also opening up alleys of using EV bikes, EV vehicles for specifically like food and beverage sector as well as the medical sector. I see a great convenience in the future in terms of last mile mobility.
How has it evolved from like when you first started 4 years ago to now? How has it evolved?
So the biggest difference that I've seen is that it's a lot more common, in the sense that it's a lot easier to explain what you do specifically. People realize that apart from creating more optimized or more cost efficient logistics, it is the future, or it is the way to approach consumers, in the sense that you can have a marvelous product that is demanded, but if you don't have an ability to provide it to an end consumer who is a little bit spoiled today, it becomes a challenge. It actually slows down your business operations, your potential revenues go down. So the difference that I see is in the awareness of people. So today, thankfully, a lot more people know that there are ways to employ, let's say, like last mile services that are available, and that extends to businesses, enterprises as well. They know that they have to be in the game. It's a very evident way, or very evident industry that they need to focus and invest their time into. So this is the biggest difference that I've seen in the last 4 years. That compared to 2021, a lot more people would only see benefits of, let's say, monitoring or having visibility. But nowadays they see the benefits in optimizations, in control and planning, obviously.
And how does Fleetroot incorporate AI in automations to improve that fleet efficiency and safety?
I appreciate this question. The thing is that AI has been like a buzzword for the last couple of years, honestly. Before it was popular, we would employ like a tool called machine learning. So we had this even before, again, as I said, AI became a very, very big thing in the region or globally. We had the ML. Machine learning is incredibly important, especially when you're providing a software service in the region, in the sense that you gather the data that you need, you teach your technology to learn from the data that you gather. This is on the engineering level, I would say. So the benefit comes in when we improve our solution on the back end on a daily basis, and we actually train our solution, or the engine as we call it, to improve itself on a daily basis based off of the data that we receive. When it comes to AI on a consumer level, on the UI, in the sense that our, let's say, people that use our software, be it the web or the mobile interface, AI implementation is becoming something of a common thing, which we are introducing as well, in the sense that AI simplifies the usage of your interfaces. So we see these two alleys that are like bringing benefits to our tech and bringing benefits to the user experience as well.
I think like you mentioned a good thing there about AI just being a big buzzword. I think a lot of people, especially with like ChatGPT coming out in 2022, I think since then everyone's been AI crazy and AI mad. A lot of companies who I speak to and a lot of companies who I work with some people are like, if you don't incorporate AI, you're going to get left behind. Some of them are like, people just incorporate AI just to say they've got AI.
Yes.
But I think a big thing as well is AI can be very, very, very good and very, very efficient. It can save you a lot of time. It can save you a lot of money. But sometimes people aren't very smart with it. What would you say you guys have done to make sure you really got it right when incorporating AI within the business?
Okay. I appreciate the question, but it is a two-part question. Let's start from the second one. The way we approach AI is the same way that we approach any type of tools, and to be specific, and I believe this is something that we have to realize eventually. AI is an incredible tool. Tool being an operative word in the sense that it is one of the features that you introduce to the clients. Obviously, in this day and age, you need to be AI educated. You need to understand the trends. You know that AI is the future, but at the end of the day, it is still and will be a tool. Same like Calendly, like reinvented the world of planning or simplifying planning your week. But people were using calendars before then as well, right? So it is just a simpler way of doing something smart. The way that we incorporate AI or bring importance to AI is the same way that we bring importance to any features that we introduce to our software. It is always customer centric in the sense that we see all the features that we have incorporated to our solution. They were always asked of our clients, which means that we know that we're talking to real companies with real problems, and they're looking for solutions in a way of features to resolve them. So whichever area AI will be useful for our clients, we will implement for sure. But it's not the other way around. We'll not be introducing AI to our clients. It is people that use our software that will see the benefit out of it, and they will tell us, and then we will incorporate it in the fields that we don't know yet. So it's
And
customer driven motivation. Yeah.
where can you see the future of the industry going? Obviously, with AI coming into place, with technology constantly emerging, AI or not, where can you see the industry going?
Can we rephrase this question? I'm not sure if I understand it right.
So obviously, with different technologies coming out, and
Yeah.
obviously AI being a massive one, but other types of technology.
Mhm.
How do you see it shaping the industry in the future?
If we're talking about mobility and logistics in the space of last mile, I see AI being a very big role in the sense of automation. Automation is another big thing that is coming into the logistics industry, but I see that there is a future like synthesis in both of the like industries in the sense that automation will go along with AI, and they should be complementing each other eventually. And this is, and I'm not talking about flying cars like long far in the future. It is something that I see can happen like in the next 5 years. I know there are a great many people that are already trying to build something out of both. It might not be that evident because as of now, it is today, AI is always customer facing, right? I am talking about AI being used on the back end in the sense that behind the curtains, like building and improving the processes. And that is the definition of automation. So I see a lot of synthesis in that space. Yeah.
What does the future hold for you guys at Fleetroot? What are you hoping to do within the next 12 months?
In the next 12 months, we have moderate and ambitious and very, very optimistic plans. All three are always there with us. If we're taking a median of all of the plans that we have over the next 12 months, it is probably expansion and scaling. It's very simple for us at this point. We have a very good understanding of what companies need, specifically in the medical sector that we're focusing now. We are looking into new use cases as R&D as always. I personally look over different projects that are not obvious in the sense of being our target audience, but we are doing that as well. But if you boil it down, at the end of the day, it's scaling for us. So we're planning to like increase our customer usage of our software solution across the region as much as we can. That's the plan for the next 12 months. We're talking about the next spring, right? So yeah.
Perfect. And what are some of the things you guys have got in place in order to make sure you hit that scalability?
As of date, one of the things that we've tried to invest our time and focus in has been customer satisfaction, because one of the things that we realized somewhere in the middle of the journey that we had over the last 4.5 years is that the best new customer that is coming to you is the customer who was referred by someone. So this would be the priority for us always.
And if people want to find you, Javokhir, where's the best place for them to do that if they want to find out more?
Our website has quite extensive information in terms of use cases and applications. I am always available over LinkedIn. If you want to talk to me, you're more than welcome to reach out. I consider myself to be an open person to meet new people. Thankfully, the fact that we call ourselves startup opens us up to so many events in the region, and that gives me a chance to meet a lot of interesting people. But if anyone has an idea or a reason to talk to me, I'm always open. So you can reach out to me. Obviously, you did. So I don't believe it was difficult. So I hope if anyone is listening to this, if they're interested, just type my name in. I am public on LinkedIn. Message me. Let's chat.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Javokhir, for coming on the podcast. I really do appreciate you coming on and sharing some of your insights today.
Likewise, I appreciate the conversation. I appreciate the questions. Some of them were very interesting to me. In the sense that I will be thinking about those questions for a bit.
Perfect. Well, if you enjoyed the podcast today with Javokhir, make sure to leave it a follow, leave it a like, and I'll see you in the next podcast. Bye for
I
now.
appreciate this. Thank you very much. Bye bye.